Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Joe Love, here with your AEW Thanksgiving Eve or edition on Thanksgiving or wherever you receive this on the podcast, but AEW Dynamite review here on the channel for 11/23/2022. Was a good show. Was a good edition of Dynamite in Chicago the day before Thanksgiving. But either way, hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, you know. And yeah, but either way, good edition of Dynamite, with some intriguing stories coming out of Dynamite. Before we get into review, first gotta mention, so the House of Black is back. House of Black, we've been seeing vignettes on Dynamite, on Dark, and on Rampage, but they are finally back. And they've targeted pretty much anyone. And if they are not the first challengers for the Trios titles after the Best of 7 series is over, or they don't have some integral part in this series, then I'm going to be disappointed because their first run was the ball was dropped by AEW with this table, and I really hope that this table gets put on the right foot when they return, because we know how talented all those guys are. And we'll see. Especially Malachi Black. He is world champion material on any day. So we'll see. And regarding the AEW Women's World Title, Jamie Hayter is now officially the undisputed AEW Women's World Champion. Thunder Rosa has officially vacated the title. She's no longer the Women's World Champion. Jamie Hayter is no longer the interim champion. She is recognized as the AEW Women's World Champion. Great news. And also, Toni Storm will be recognized as an AEW or a former women's champion. Not interim. Officially recognized as a women's world champion. Right moves need to be done. I mean, do not know the status still of Thunder Rosa's injury, quote unquote, that now some are not believing, but hopefully Thunder Rosa's okay. But I mean, yeah, right moves by Tony Khan and AEW for the women's division. But with those out of the way, let's get into the review now, shall we? But before, thank you for joining me If you're new to podcasts and you want to see more pro wrestling videos or reviews regarding AEW, Ring of Honor, sometimes NXT, or used to NXT, etc., find them on the homepage. Click the subscription down in the corner, take you to the homepage where you can find all my pro wrestling reviews, even sports related videos, etc. Take you to the homepage, click the subscription, and find notifications of when my videos get uploaded. So, thank you. Let's get started. So, first thing we saw Dynamite after we saw a recap of what happened at Full Gear. William Regal. He was in the ring. He asked the crowd, which was a great crowd in Chicago. He asked the crowd if they want to see their new AEW World Champion MJF. Well, he said that they'll see him next week. He said that he's currently on his movie set filming for that, I assume, Netflix series or movie, The Iron Claw. He's participating in with Zac Efron about the Von Erich family. Apparently so. He said that also if MJF doesn't have time to go to a whole, like, he even asked the producer where they were. Chicago. So he said numerous times, people are wondering why he did what he did, and the pairing of him and MJF. How did that happen? They said that MJF will explain all next week. And then all of a sudden we hear Jon Moxley's music play, and you can feel the boiling water was already there. The tension was there. So Moxley made his way to the ring through the crowd, and you can see he was seething with anger that he was about to tear Regal apart. So, right when he got into the ring, Bryan Danielson came out of nowhere and got in the middle and tried to keep Moxley at bay, tried to make sure he didn't rip William Regal to shreds. So, he got the microphone, tried to calm down Mox, brung up his demons, Jon Moxley's, said that, or Bryan said that his dad dealt with issues himself, and that William Regal was the guy to help guide Bryan, almost like a father figure. helped him reason, get close with his father. So Brian was begging Moxley, pleading with him, save him for Brian, for himself. So Jon Moxley reluctantly told Brian to go to the side, and you can tell Moxley was fighting all he could. So Moxley point blank told Regal in his face, I want you to run. And I want you to never come back. So Regal left the ring, walked up the aisleway, walked up the tunnel, and there was that at the end of the segment. So the Blackpool Comic Club, I don't know, but next week we'll see what MJF has to say. First time we see him since he won the AEW World title. So Renee Paquette was backstage. She's about to interview or try to get a word in with Keith Lee, who is distraught after what happened between him and Swerve at Full Gear. So Swerve came in and Keith Lee asked Renee if she can excuse us for a second. So Keith Lee and Swerve got face to face. Keith told to Swerve, pick your words wisely. So Swerve took a look at the camera, put his hand over it, and he said, let's talk. That's all we heard. So we'll see. But I don't know. I mean, the right move is going to be Swerve being a heel, Keith Lee being a babyface, and we get a feud out of these two. But we'll see how they drag this out. We got Orange Cassidy versus Jake Hager for the All Atlantic Championship. So this match was okay. Had obviously comedy in the beginning between Orange Cassidy's glasses, shades, Jake Hager's hat. So after a little the funny business, Orange Cassidy went for a suicide on the outside, but was caught by Hager, then driven to post, leveled on the apron. Back from break, they're exchanging, and Orange Cassidy won here with a orange punch, followed with a victory roll. 1, 2, 3, and OC retains the All Atlantic Championship. After a match, Orange Cassidy and Chaos were about to celebrate. Then the Factory came out, spoil it. They attempted to jump the best friends, Rock Romero and Orange Cassidy. Then all of a sudden the lights go out. And we see in eerie way Julia Hart on stage, seemingly calling for the House of Black. And the lights go out, they come back on. House of Black's in the middle of the ring. They take out the best friends, Orange Cassidy and Rock Romero. Then they attack the factory. Some officials, some producers. Malachi Black simply said, "Members of the House, please rise." There's that carnage everywhere as the house lays waste in their return. Great stuff. I was kind of surprised that this match was in the spot it was. I thought it'd be later in the show given the parameters, but Ethan Page versus Ricky Starks, AEW World Title Eliminator Finals or Tournament Finals. Winner gets a shot at MJF at Winter is Coming. So Stark's torso, along with his shoulder, was heavily taped. So go figure. Page has a target, and he targeted that for most of the match, throwing him against the barricade, hitting him with strikes. At one point, Starks went for a tornado DT, but Page leveled him on the top rope, inflicting more damage. So Starks eventually, after a while, got his feet under him, tried for a comeback. He went for a suicida, but Stokely Hathaway pushed Page out of the way, and Starks landed flush outside, crashed and burned. Stokely was ejected, and then Page and Starks were fighting on the top rope. Starks did a superplex, went for the tornado DT again for a near fall. Page hit a very good float over power slam for a near fall. Page then went for the Eagle's Edge, but was countered into a roll up for a 2. Page, with his karate background, hit 2 roundhouse kicks to Starks. Came off the ropes, but Starks countered, hit a spear, and then hit another one out of the corner for the win. Ricky Starks, go figure, advance and has won this tournament and will face MJF and ultimately to lose against MJF at Winter is Coming. Talk about a pretty good first opponent for MJF. Good way to start off MJF's reign, I'd say. And we know both can go on the stick. Both can talk. So we're probably gonna get a promo, or if not a couple, because we got a couple weeks away till Winter's Coming. So perhaps we get a nice little promo battle or two between these guys. I mean, I would not mind that, certainly. Hopefully, though, for Ricky, they don't. And I mentioned this as well last episode. Hopefully, they don't have him lose clean, and then they have Ricky just be on like dark for the next month or so. They find a way to keep Ricky relevant and in a good story right after. But we'll see. Match 2 in the best of 7 series between the Elite and Death Triangle. This was controversial in a few ways. I'll explain why. So, they were in Chicago. So, go figure. The Elite were in CM Punk territory. And of course, after a fallout of that whole incident from All Out, there's that. But there were a few things that you can tell A, upset the crowd, and B, pissed off, seemingly teases the CM Punk. First, Kenny Omega bit Pac, bit him on the arm. And for those who don't know, in the big melee fight at All Out between CM Punk, the Elite, and Ace Steel reportedly bit Kenny Omega. So there was that. Next piece. The Young Bucks. So if you remember, at Double or Nothing, when CM Punk faced Hangman Page for the AEW title, CM Punk also, when he faced John Silver's, he went numerous times for the buckshot lariat of Page, but he would slip, if not fall down, while he was trying to do it. So Matt Jackson was getting ready to go for the buckshot lariat, but he would intentionally fall down on his ass. So there's that. And then the last piece. Kenny Omega did the GTS on Pac. CM Punk's finishing move. So, I mean, talk about all over the place. And yeah, in Chicago. That's the thing. In Chicago. In any event, there's that. So, but the match was very good. I mean, I was surprised, but thrilled. And I say that because I thought, now we'll see. Saturday at Full Gear, the Elite came out to carry on Wayward Son. And they did again on Dynamite. So I'm curious, is this the Elite song going forward? Actual song? Because, I mean, we've heard it twice. So, I don't know, but it's definitely interesting. But, interesting outcome here because Death Triangle won again. And not only that, Penta used the hammer this time, not Phoenix. So, getting this match, Phoenix did a big twisting dive on the outside, as I mentioned. Kenny bit Pac after Pac was being down most of the match. Penta got the hot tag. House on fire. So Pac was wearing a mask because he apparently broke his nose in the match at Full Gear. So they took it off, healing it up in Chicago. Also, apparently, Penta gave George Kittle a mask when they played in Mexico against the Cardinals. So, fun stuff there. So, the Elite BT trigger for near fall. Omega then hit a GTS as safe as he could. Phoenix hit a tope to the outside. So, Matt Jackson actually tried to use the hammer this time on Phoenix. Or on Pac. But Penta from out of nowhere got a hammer, clocked Matt Jackson in the face. While the referee was distracted, Pac got on top 1, 2, 3 for the cover, and that triangle is up 2-0 on the Elite. So, and Penta used the hammer this time, and the Lucha Brothers were not happy with each other. So, I don't know. We got the news that Thunder Rosa was stripped of the Women's Championship. Jamie Hager was proclaimed the Undisputed Champion. Jamie Hager and Britt Baker were tried out before their triple threat tag team match. Renee tried to ask Jamie Hager a question, but Britt stepped in, pretty much hogged all the microphone. So, a little bit of dissension for when it happens, when Britt turns on Jamie Hager in the future. A little tease. But could say. Then we got the triple threat tag team match between the women. Jamie Hager and Britt Baker for Sky Blue and Will Nightingale versus Ty Mello and Anna Jay. This was a good yet chaotic triple threat tag team match for the women. I mean, you know, I get it, but at the same time, Hager's first Dynamite as actual champion. She doesn't speak. And she's put in a tag team match. A little critical, but I get it because the impending feud with Britt Baker. I get that. But I mean, I don't know. But either way, they won here in the match. Backbreaker by Hager to Sky Blue. They curb stomp by Britt. 1, 2, 3. They win the tag team match. Of course, Hager was not going to lose her first match as champion. So simple as that. So, Top Flight and FTR, they were backstage. A lot of respect between the two teams. Good that they're both healthy. Although I read a report that Dante, or saw a clip of Rampage saying Dante might be hurt. Hopefully, something serious. But Top Flight. Laid out a challenge to FTR for Rampage for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. And should be a good match. Should be a good match. The Acclaimed. They were out there with Billy Gunn. Apparently, Billy Gunn's fingers are all healed after the incident with Swerve. So he unwrapped the tape, and right before they could do anything, they were interrupted on the big screen by Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett was basically telling Max Caster to watch his mouth and watch their backs. And there were loud Jeff Jarrett sucks chants in Chicago. So Billy Gunn said point blank, can we get this jackass off the monitor or our stream? And Billy Gunn said, well, I still have pull around here because I'm me. So here's that. The Acclaim celebrated. Simple stuff. Good to see the Acclaim on TV. Main event for the Ring of Honor World title. Chris Jericho versus Tomohiro Ishii. The Stone Pitbull. This was a slugfest, whatever you want to call it, back and forth. I mean, brutal affair to say the least. I mean, yeah, it was just a brutal match. Yeah. So they started off slapping each other in the face, and then back and forth, just trying to re-up each other, shoulder blocks, shoulder tackles. They exchanged chops. Jericho's chest got busted open. I mean, just brutal. After a while, Jericho went for 10 punches in the corner. Ishii countered with a powerbomb for a near fall. Jericho hit a DT on the apron, and boy, the visual of Jericho's chest. Jeez. Back in the ring, Jericho landed a line salt for only a 1. They code breaker on Ishii, but couldn't keep him down. Ishii fired back with a lariat, a knee face crusher as well, his version of the code breaker. Then a big lariat took down Jericho, but only for a 2. Jericho then he went for walls before, but now he got Ishii in the walls after catching a leg lariat kick. Walked him in. Ishii almost rolled through, but Jericho sat back, wrenching the Lion Tamer. Ishii, defiant, flipped off Jericho while in the hole, but ultimately tapped out, had nowhere to go, and Chris Jericho retains the Ring of Honor World title. After match, Chris Jericho went up the apron or the aisle, targeted Ian Riccaboni, who was on commentary, but from behind gets knocked out by Claudio Castagnoli. So, I wonder, do we get a rematch at Final Battle? It's certainly a question. We shall see. And that was how Dynamite went off the air. But yeah, hope you guys was a good episode of Dynamite, and this episode of Dynamite felt a bit fresher, I would say. Despite the Ring of Honor World title being in the main event, the crowd, the flow of the show, the matches, it felt better than it had been in previous weeks. And you like that because with the pay-per-view with Full Gear, kind of had to be a reset. So, perhaps this can continue. Tony Khan even said that although Tony Khan said that he wants to keep AEW stuff and Ring of Honor stuff separate. Although it's going to be a challenge because Samoa Joe is now the TNT champion and the Ring of Honor TV champion. So it's going to be a challenge, but we'll see what they do going forward. But either way, good episode Dynamite, in my opinion, out of Full Gear, but some may agree, some may disagree. But anyway, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, click that like, leave a thumbs up. Help out the video, help out the channel. But nonetheless, thank you. If you haven't already, check out my Full Gear review posted earlier this week. You can find it on the channel among my pro wrestling reviews. But yeah, click on that. Almost an hour of covering for Full Gear. But nonetheless, thank you. Be safe. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. See you guys next week. Adios. Peace.